Dear friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the advantages of learning this SAP S4 Hana Fscm module. So in our previous videos we have discussed about why to learn this S4 Hana Fscm module, as well as we have discussed about what are all the prerequisites and basic requirements for learning this SAP S4 HANA Financial Supply Chain Management module, that is FSCM module. So in this video we are going to discuss about the advantages of learning this SAP S4 HANA Financial Supply Chain Management module for the consultants, and why this SAP FSCM module should be implemented for the organization. What is the advantages of implementing this FSCM module for an organization and all the stuff. So we will discuss each and every advantages in detail one by one in this video. Now, what is the first advantage? The candidates, the consultants will be getting strong implementation knowledge in the following important configurations of SAP S4 HANA FSCM module. Once after completing this SAP FSCM module, then all the consultants will be getting strong implementation knowledge in the following important configurations of SAP S4 HANA FSCM module, that is Financial Supply Chain Management module. What are they? So all the consultants will be getting strong knowledge and implementation knowledge in implementing the treasury and risk management configuration. And similarly, the consultants will be getting the knowledge on how to implement this biller direct configuration and how to handle the cash and liquidity management configuration, and also how to implement the collections management configuration, how to implement the credit management configuration, how to implement dispute management configuration, and also how to implement in-house cash management configuration, and very importantly, how to implement this bank communication management configuration. So these are all the different advantages for the SAP FSCM consultants once after completely learnt, once after completing this SAP FSCM module successfully. So only those consultants are able to implement, only those consultants are able to design, only those consultants are able to execute, and only those consultants are able to support the entire end-to-end financial supply chain management module, that is FSCM module. So we will discuss the advantages once again. So once the consultants are successfully completed this SAP FSCM module, or once the consultants are successfully completed this end-to-end FSCM training, they can be able to implement treasury and risk management configuration. They can be able to implement biller direct configuration. They can be able to implement cash and liquidity management configuration. They can be able to implement collections management configuration. They can be able to implement credit management configuration. Similarly, they can be able to implement dispute management configuration, and they can be also able to implement in-house cash management configuration and bank communication management configuration as well. So these are all the different advantages from the consultant point of view after completing this FSCM module. So we will discuss each and every configuration in detail in our later videos. In this video, we have discussed about the different advantages of the SAP S/4HANA FSCM module for the consultants once after completing successfully this FSCM module. This is why, because if the consultants are having strong implementation knowledge in the above discussed configurations, then only they can be able to implement the end-to-end FSCM applications for an organization very effectively. So in this video, we have discussed about the different advantages of learning this SAP S/4HANA FSCM module, and also we have discussed about many different configurations, namely bank communication management configuration, in-house cash management configuration, and also we have discussed about dispute management configuration, credit management configuration, collections management configuration, and treasury and risk management configuration. And also we have discussed about biller direct configuration as well as cash and liquidity management configuration. So these are all the advantages of learning this FSCM module. Once if the consultants are very strong in the above discussed implementation scenarios, namely cash and liquidity management configuration, biller direct configuration, and other stuff, then only they can be able to implement the end-to-end FSCM module for any organization very effectively. So I think you people are very clear about what are all the different advantages after completing the FSCM module successfully for the consultants, and what are all the important areas to be implemented in FSCM module, namely treasury and risk management, biller direct configuration, cash and liquidity management configuration, followed by collection management configuration, followed by credit management configuration, followed by dispute management configuration, followed by in-house cash management configuration, followed by bank communication management configuration. So these are all the important configurations to be implemented in the SAP FSCM module. This is why, because this FSCM module has been used extensively for handling the end-to-end financial supply chain management activities. What are all the configurations, what we have discussed right now is coming under FSCM. So all the consultants should be very strong in the different implementation areas of FSCM. All the consultants should be very strong in different implementation areas of FSCM. Then only they can be able to implement this FSCM module from the scratch to the end successfully and effectively. So these are all the important configurations to be implemented. We have discussed very clearly about the different configurations to be implemented under SAP Fscm module. And also we have discussed about the different advantages after learning this SAP Fscm module. And these are all very important configurations to be implemented under Fscm module, because we have already discussed about this Fscm module. What is the purpose of using this Fscm module? This Fscm module has been used for handling the entire financial supply chain management activities of an organization. So that is the reason why we have discussed about different implementation configurations to be done under Fscm module. So all the configurations what we have discussed in this video are very important, and we have to implement all the important configurations under Fscm module. Then only this Fscm module will give very good results for an organization, because this Fscm module consists of many different types of configuration, different types of activities. We have discussed already about different activities or different functionalities which are to be implemented in the Fscm module. So that's all about the different advantages of SAP Fscm module. And I want to introduce myself to you. I am Raja. I am having more than 20 plus years of experience in the industry. I have worked as a consultant. I have worked as a delivery head. I have worked as a practice head in SAP for many projects. And I have involved in many SAP implementation, SAP production support, SAP rollout and SAP upgrade projects. And about my on-site experience, I have more than 5 years of on-site experience in Middle East and European countries, handling both Middle East and European clients. And regarding my certification areas and interests, I have done my certification in finance. I have done my certification in business process planning and consolidation, which is the advanced module for consolidation reporting. And also I have completed my certification in SAP S4HANA Simple Finance module. I have done my certification in SAP S4HANA Simple Logistics, which is the combination of different logistics applications like material management, sales and distribution, production planning, and a part of plant maintenance and quality management. And also I have completed my certification in SAP S4HANA Central Finance for reporting. And very recently, I have completed my certification in SAP Business and Revenue Innovation Management module, that is previously SAP Hybris module. So that's all about myself. So in this video, we have clearly discussed about the advantages of learning and implementing this SAP S4HANA Fscm module. And in our next videos, we will discuss very clearly about different implementation strategies adapted for ECC implementation as well as S4HANA implementation. This is why, because in our traditional ECC system, we are using accelerated SAP methodology for implementation, whereas in our S4HANA, we are using activate methodology for implementation. So we will discuss what are all the differences between two different methodologies of implementation in our later videos. Before that, I think you people are very strong in understanding what are all the advantages after learning this SAP Fscm module. So only those consultants who are very strong in the above discussed implementation areas, then only they can be able to implement, then only they can be able to support, then only they can be able to execute, then only they can be able to design the end-to-end SAP Fscm model for an organization. So therefore, all the consultants should have strong configuration experience or implementation experience in the above discussed important implementation areas which is to be implemented under SAP FSCM module, then only they can be able to implement the end-to-end FSCM module for an organization. Thank you.